What's going on, team? It's Ricky with Learn, Plan, Profit. Hope you guys are all having a great start to the morning. It is 6:30 a.m. The market opened about like 20 seconds ago. I'm going to start sharing my screen so you guys can see exactly what it is that I'm looking at. It's been a crazy morning. Yeah, I think that's the easiest way to put it. Probably a bunch of my alerts are going to start going off. We'll give it a little while. Let's see. Yeah, let's turn that stuff off. Here we go. How are you guys feeling this morning? Good? Awake? Not too bad? How are you guys feeling? I need some input. Feeling good? Nice, I like it. Alright, so it looks like as of right now, look at the MACD, look at the RSI, and it's really the MACD that's giving us a better indication of, you know, that natural gas as of right now, that it's trying to push up, and as it's trying to push up, yes, it does have a lot of margin for recovery, but the MACD just is not working with it. It already sold off for so long that when it tried to reverse, it just didn't push up quick enough. So again, be extremely selective when you decide to get in. If you're not ready, you know, if you already didn't buy the dip on you guys, I would really hold off right now until the direction is more clear. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get a better understanding of kind of like how the morning went. One thing that I noticed is I was paying attention to, I woke up at 4 o'clock and I tried going back to sleep because nothing was like, I didn't find anything to be too attractive, right? There's a lot of consolidation, but there wasn't any true like direction. And it wasn't until this, you know, after natural gas, so this is the reminder that I gave our team, right? So if you go back to the Learn, Plan, Profit group for this type of solutions, if you go back to the Learn, Plan, Profit group and you go under trade ideas, you can see that around, so natural gas around 522, my alerts went off. Huge push up, randomly, huge push up. Natural gas became overbought over a very short period of time. So what that meant to me is that, okay, natural gas pushed up super quickly. It's either going to continue to shoot up or it's going to begin to sell off, right? And continue this kind of pattern. So what is the pattern that I saw value in? Well, that's kind of like pattern where it normally wouldn't break above this, and the support was around this general area of like 2.65 to 2.655, depending on how aggressive, you know, it sold off. This is kind of like this horizontal pattern that I was trying to trade. And this is what I'm going to explain to you. So why did I buy and why did I sell? As I saw natural gas begin to sell off, I added to my position size on D-gas. So when natural gas sells off, D-gas pushes up. We know that, right? As it broke below the EMA line, I added more to my position size on D-gas. As it approached this general area of 2.65, I even felt like I was being risky. It broke below 2.65. I felt like I was being risky with my trade on D-gas, and I was holding for much longer than I should have. And literally, as it broke off, it pulled up, broke back down. I want to say like 1 or 2 minutes after I sold, this huge sell-off happened. And I didn't partake in that. I sold at $12.73. And I was able to lock in. Whoa. What the heck is going on? Hold up. I did not lock in $2,700 here, give me 1 second. I'm going to have to restart my TD Ameritrade. I don't know if you guys have been having this issue, but my P&L on TD Ameritrade has been all over the place. I was just like, it was like $670 profit or something like that I was able to lock in. So let's give it just a little time for it to pop right back up again. Let's see. Oh shoot, I need to just to make sure my username and stuff like that doesn't pop up. Give me 1 second. All right. There we go. All right. There we go. All right. So 643 on Tigger symbol D-gas. And as of right now, I am down on my U-gas position because I tried to buy the dip. And that's why I'm encouraging everyone to not try to buy the reversal. As of right now, the direction is not super clear, so I got a little bit in. I got in a little bit too early, and there it goes. It's still pushing up. So I just wanted to show you kind of like why I decided. So one of the things that I wanted to cover is, again, why is it that I decided to buy where I did? I explained that. And why is it that I decided to sell where I did? Well, again, based off previous patterns and based off the consolidation that it was experiencing yesterday, there's a lot of consolidation right around 2.65. So when it broke below that and I still held a little bit longer, that I felt like I was being, again, a little bit more aggressive with my trading. I locked in profits, and unknowingly, it just continued to sell off. So the more that this thing sold off, DGAS pushed up. So yes, I can in my head think like, wow, I missed out on, and thinking about it, I missed out on over $3 worth of profit. Missed out, right? I can't control, how much something goes up, how much something goes down. I can only control my understanding of my analysis, right? And I identified an entry and I identified an exit, and I stayed true to that. Yes, it's always great and hope, amazing to like make maybe a little bit more than you expected, and that would have been a lot more. I probably would have been up like $200 or $2,500 profit on that trade, but that's besides the point. I can't control that, because just as much as it went up, it could have gone down. And I just wanted to share that with you guys, because I know a lot of you guys might have sold at similar price points that I have, or maybe you sold at much earlier price points, or maybe you're down on you guys because you try to buy the dip as it approached that support. There's a lot of different variables that are here. I understand like both sides, right? Yeah, so I wanted to explain my entry and my exit for that previous trade. Now going into the rest of the day, as of right now, natural gas sold off so much that I'm expecting either a potential reversal, or I'll simply cut losses on ticker symbol UGAS and try to go with the flow. But as of right now, I see, and this is just me, you guys can develop your own opinion. I see DGAS to be super overbought. I see natural gas super oversold. But there is no clear direction. DGAS is so overbought that I don't want to be in it, right? And UGAS is still oversold. The direction is not super clear, so it makes sense. I'm already in it, right? So it makes sense that if you're not already in it, that maybe you can just watch as of right now. It wouldn't be honestly worth it to maybe get in right now, especially when there's like, no true direction of what's going up and what's going down, because natural gas can continue to uptrend. So I just want to make sure that I clear up both sides. So it makes sense, definitely sold off. So it looks like it touched 2.63, got rejected. It looks like as it tried to push up the original time, it got rejected around that general area as well. The MACD is still selling off. The RSI looks decent, but the market literally just opened 8 minutes ago. So let's not try to expedite the process, right? So natural gas news at 6:22 says natural gas price exceeded extended gains demand. Okay, I didn't see that. Okay, this was not, I remember looking at the news, this was not released at that time. I did not see this. Maybe it was posted, but I tried to identify a catalyst or something that drove the price up or down, and I could not find it. So all I saw was this 445. Maybe it was just my TD Ameritrade that was delayed. I don't know. My TD Ameritrade has been messed up, as you guys saw. My P&L is like all over the place. My mobile is sometimes different than my actual like desktop like profits, and I have to restart both applications to get a better understanding of like what's my actual profits. So yeah, it's not even worth like complaining or wasting time on. It's just that's how the software is working right now. So you're right, it wasn't. I was watching too. Okay, so maybe you should reinstall. No, it's happened, and we definitely don't want to restart my computer, right? So unless you guys want me to, should I restart my computer again? Let's see. What's going on, David? What's up? What's up? Sold DGAS early again. Missed out. Again, yeah, you can say that you missed out, but like, did you know that it was going to push up that much? That's the thing. So, you guys sure that you guys don't want me to restart it again? It only took about like 45 minutes to an hour, and then I wasn't able to go live after that. So, I'll do it. Let's see. I'm gonna move this way down. Alrighty. All right, but enough about me and what I'm trading, and I did my breakdowns. What is it that you guys are watching? What is it that you guys see value in? I don't want to just see ticker symbols. If you're going to just share a ticker symbol, don't even bother sharing it. I want to see, maybe the ticker symbol, why does it you see value, and stuff like that. I want to see actual input. Again, this isn't just a chat where you share a ticker symbol and then everyone jumps on it. Share your 2 cents if you want to be given other people's opinion about it as well. You went live the second time. You just had no volume. Yeah, very true. AMD, let's check it out. Okay, it looks like it's selling off based off of yesterday's patterns, and it looks like it's getting rejected by this SMA line. So I know that you said you saw resistance around 30, but I don't see that to be a relevant pattern as of right now. What I do see more relevant is based off of recent patterns, it getting rejected by that SMA line. Do you see that? You see how it's kind of followed this pattern of getting rejected. So the overall descending support and then the descending resistance, which can be validated by the SMA line. Do you see that? So I would keep a very close eye on that, and I think it could sell off more before it continues to uptrend. So, let's see. You guys had support. All right. That's hilarious. Alright, JNUG. Let's check it out. What was your breakdown? Okay, it looks like the pattern is trying to reverse. It might be a little early on this. Let's check out /GC. Yeah, it's been trying to push up. Just understand that /GC, just like JNUG, is a little bit on the overbought side as of right now. So just don't be afraid to lock in profits is what I'd leave you with. What's going on, Stefania? AAPL. Here is support. Okay. I would be very careful about this. It's been selling off pretty aggressively. It's trying to find a support. I would wait for actual higher highs and then just take it day by day as of right now. So this is not something that I would swing trade as of right now. Yep, I like that, Michael. Thank you. So yeah, I'm watching you guys and natural gas as well. So yeah, we broke that one down. Appreciate that though. SQs, yeah. So this is going to be very similar to like Facebook. Did you guys see that Facebook was like selling off and then began to consolidate? So this is SQs. This is pushing up and now it's beginning to consolidate. Why is that? SQs is the inverse ETF of NASDAQ, or TQs, right? Which is the inverse ETF of, or TQs, which TQs correlates on over to the NASDAQ future. So that's one thing that I do want you to take into consideration, is that if the overall market does begin to recover, you'll see Facebook, Amazon, and all those, huge corporations begin to recover. You'll see SQs begin to sell off. So again, just be very careful with this if the direction does begin to change. As on the 180-day chart, you can definitely see why it's a little bit more on the overbought side and why it can begin to downtrend. So if anything, I would set alert on both sides, because just be patient and you can benefit from either the sell-off or the push-up. So okay, I'll check that out right now. SYMC, what's going on, James? SYMC. Here we go. Okay. I like this as in like the dip buy potential, right? I would set my alert for higher highs. So there's no confirmation of this thing reversing back up yet. We've talked about this before. There's 3 stages of a reversal. Rejection right now looks like it's trying to consolidate, and then confirmation. So I would set my series of alerts here and then follow up with it maybe when the action is actually happening and not just it kind of just, holding there. So I'm actually going to add this one to my list. Oh, shoot. What was it? SYMC, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. But good call out on that one. So, Ricky, do you think that you guys will see 23 again this month? I have no idea. I'm not, here to try to predict the reversal. Where's you guys at? Let's see. Oh, you think it's going to go down? So do you want like D gas to push up? Is that what you're kind of looking for? I don't know if it's going to go that low. I'm just going with the flow, taking it day by day. I'm not, getting too worried about where, as of right now, it's consolidating. The market's all over the place, both for the stock market and the natural gas markets, because of all these different like news and factors that are driving the price up and down. It's way too volatile. Did you guys see all this that happened during pre-market hours? You could have this is where natural gas closed. You could have been up on your UGAS position, and then all of a sudden, right before the market opens, you would be down a huge amount. Same thing with your DS position. You would have been down during pre-market hours, and then all of a sudden, you made like a huge return. This is like, the volatility is crazy. Yeah, excuse me. I mean, the volatility is crazy based off of it being like an ETF and natural gas ETF. You guys know that I like trading these because they're not that crazy. Our craziest days are like Thursday, and that's because the report comes out. So I like the consistency factor in the sense that I like the it doesn't move too much, but it moves enough that it's like attractive to me, but not so much that it's like kind of like concerning. But yeah, thank you. I need to blow my nose. Oh man. JDST, yeah, so we talked about JNUG, right? We talked about JNUG and /GC being overbought, overextended, so JDST would be the opposite. As of right now, it is in favor of the direction of /GC in the direction of that, so until that direction changes, I would watch JDST very carefully. It wouldn't really be something that I would want to partake in as of right now. Do you buy the /ND when, what? With market orders? No. Michael, I buy with limit orders as of right now. And during pre-market hours, you can only buy with limit orders. Okay, I like that. I appreciate the call out, and that was very important for you to be like, just watch it, just keep an eye on it. Right now it's a downtrend, so not something that we probably want to be in right now, but looks like overnight it had a huge sell-off, so what could have happened? Earning expectation? Wow, okay. Okay, so they missed their they missed their revenue. So correction, right? It sold off and it corrected itself. So this might be a dip by opportunity. If this is if Warren Buffett is in this, that's a huge amount. That's 32%. That's huge. This could be a potential. This could actually be, yeah, I really like this. I think that has to be one of the best call outs so far as of right now, because of the dip buy potential. So look at the margin for recovery. Right? It's decent. I know it's a little bit more of an expensive stock, but it's definitely decent. I like that. What's going on, Jesse? Welcome to the team. Wow, natural gas is bouncing. How many of you guys like this pattern on Coke? COKE. What do you guys think about it? Not bad? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I've looked at tickers. Yeah, so this looks like this is Coca-Cola. So this one would probably have to be. This consolidated. What is this? I'll have to look a little bit more into this, but. Yeah, and it looks like it's still selling off. Yep, definitely still selling off. So yeah, Coke is the actual, so I guess Warren Buffett would have not been affected by this. But yeah, KO is still doing well. It's actually green on the day. Yeah. Yeah, definitely a little bit more on the overbought side, so overextended, right? So Mr. Warren might be time to lock in those profits, right? And then correct it when it does correct itself. The margins are not even that big though, but it's that consistency factor. Yeah, we'll have to look into that and that correlation between KO and Coke. But this is definitely the Coca-Cola company. This is the one that I've traded before. I've actually never traded COKE. But it looks like it says Coca-Cola Consolidated. So I'm sure there's different factors that influence this. So yeah, we'll definitely. we'll definitely keep an eye on it, and I'll look a little bit more into it, and you guys feel free to do the same. Do you guys mind if you give me 1 second? I have to go blow my nose real quick. A lot of consolidation happening on ticker symbol UGAS and /NG. So UGAS needs to make higher highs. Yeah, it's kind of just a waiting game. Doesn't it suck that like during pre-market hours, have you guys ever felt like this? Pre-market hours, all this activity happens, right? All this activity, and then as of right now, it's kind of just consolidating, and you're kind of like, well, what the heck? This is when we're live, and it's like none of the action is happening. But that's part of it, right? So that's where you have to be selective from, like when you when you decide to take part of a position or when you decide to sit down and trade. And that's why it's so important to set effective alerts. Just imagine that. You set effective alerts according to when whatever it is that you are watching is performing. I think that's what's important. All right, let's check it out. LABD is what's being called out right now. Do you guys mind the background music? I put it really low just so it's somewhat like more entertaining. If not, I could turn it off. Here we go. So we're still showing signs of an uptrend as of right now. The MACD is a little bit more on the overbought side. So is the RSI, and it's been pulling back a little bit. Okay. Okay, I made it so almost like I could just hear it, and you guys don't necessarily have to. All right, so yeah, so right now the EMA is still validated as a support. So yes, I would kind of say like go with the flow if you continue to see day trade potential. That's what I would do. But you just want to make sure that the margin of profit is worth it and that the direction is still in your favor. After it begins to break below the EMA line and show signs of potential pullback and stuff like that, that's when the pattern most likely will be broken, and maybe when you want to be a little bit more careful with if you still want to hold that position or not, or when to cut losses. So. Do you mean, Willie, so maybe once a week you could log in at 7 a.m.? Do you mean like 30 minutes after the market opens? Or, because I know we might be in different time zones. So the market opens in my time, 6:30 a.m. Oh, Ryan Heck, I appreciate that. Thank you again for going out of your way and providing that for us. Coke is the largest independent bottler for Coke products. 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so you're saying for me to go live during pre-market hours, right? Yeah. Colby, I'm right there with you. Yeah, it's definitely like the patience factor is huge, right? Yeah, so we'll definitely do that. I was planning on doing it today, but like I honestly should have done it when I wasn't trading here at my desk. I was trading off of my phone and off my laptop in my room, so I'm not gonna go live there. I didn't see enough activity for it to be necessarily worth it because I don't want to just go live and waste the live stream. First of all, and inconvenience people that were not aware that I was going to go live so early. And then on top of that, there's no activity. So as of right now, yes, I went live. There's not much activity, but at least everyone gets to tune in. It's during our normal time. So whenever it is, and again, it's going to be super short notice, so I hope that this is something that you guys are okay with, and we'll try it out. Anytime that I see a lot of activity happening and I'm trading, I'll just go live, and maybe I'll just make it a little bit longer and try to make it mix into a little bit of, market open and a little bit of pre-market hours. I don't know what you guys feel about that, but just, I know not everyone can trade during pre-market hours, but I know people are interested in just learning more about, how it gets done. So hey Rick, you just joined. You're in DGAS? Nope, Kevin, I sold. I like that, Lucas. Nice. Ricky, how do you deal with waking up so early? Guys, you guys would be so proud of me. I went to sleep at 11 o'clock last night. I don't think I've gone to bed that early in like a while. So I went to bed at 11 and then woke up at like, I think at like 3:30 or something like that. Actually 3 o'clock around there. I couldn't go back to sleep. I've never struggled to go back to sleep, and we're saying a couple jokes within the main chat of like, hey Ricky, like entrepreneurs don't sleep. I don't think that's true at all. I think one of my favorite pastimes has to be sleeping. So, Ricky, do you find it easier to make your daily profits during pre-market? Not at all, John. I find trading easier, or being able to make a profit easier, when the direction and the pattern is in my favor again. And this is something that I've tried to repeat over time. And I repeated, I think 2 days ago, and John, I'm really glad you brought it up again. It's, how important it is to, it doesn't matter. There's general time frames where yes, sometimes certain things do perform maybe a little bit better, but ultimately it's when the opportunity presents itself. That's what's most important. Not when, during pre-market hours, not during, normal market hours, not during extended hours. I mean, yeah, I could prefer maybe a certain time, and normally people prefer like the first hour of the market open. But ultimately, what actually matters is when the direction and when the pattern is in your favor. And until those things like align, then, that's when making a profit is easy for me, when all those things align for me. Hey Ricky, it's hard for me to get in and buy and sell, and that changes. You have to be a little bit quicker with understanding, again, like when is it a good time to buy and when is it a good time to sell, and to understand between the, the bid and the ask, with your limit orders, to be a little bit more an effective buyer and seller. It's just going to take practice over time, but the ultimate biggest focus is, again, just making sure that you get in for a good deal, and that you don't, that should be your main focus. Get in for a good deal, and if you do, great. And if you don't, and you get in either too late or too early, then again, that's something that you'll have to refine. Same thing when it comes down to exiting. Why did I decide to exit DGAS at $112? It's at 112, yeah, at $112 and 73 cents or 72 cents, because it was already above its previous resistance. So there's a reason behind that. So it doesn't matter that like, holy crap, it went up another $3.50. I can't control that. Like, I can't. So I can be like, wow, I missed out on so-and-so. No, I didn't. It's like the best example that I can give you is you can only control the series of variables that, you can control. And the way that I put it into perspective is that when I sold, so I bought this. How many of you guys remember? It looks like natural gas is consolidating right now. Not much action is happening. So I'm going to increase or bubble this thing up, because I just want to talk to you guys for a little bit. How many of you guys have followed me since I had my, I bought a red Ducati. Ducati is a motorcycle. It's like a higher end motorcycle, but they don't even cost that much anyways. But I thought they looked super cool. I was not really riding motorcycles. I found it to be a good deal. They were selling for about like $8,000 to $9,000 in my areas. Ducati 1098, if I'm not mistaken. It was a red, beautiful, like, bike. And this guy had it posted for like $7,500 or $8,000. I offered like $6,500, and then we met at $7,000. That's how much I bought it for. If I'm not mistaken, I bought it for $7,000. No, I bought it for $6,000, and then I sold it for $7,000. And that guy got so upset because I tried riding it, and then I had my accident when he came down to my bike, and then I ended up posting all my bikes for sale because I no longer wanted to ride any more bikes. I posted it for sale, and the guy got so salty that I was trying to sell it for $1,000 more than what I bought it for. And it's just like, you're really going, like, if I buy something and I sell something, so like, you know, my red GTR, the one that Nissan crashed, they paid me $65,000 for that. If they pay me $65,000 for that and they find a buyer to sell it to $70,000, $75,000, $100,000, amazing for them. That is their experience and their knowledge and their expertise that led them to be able to have that successful transaction. When it comes down to like, are you really going to waste your time and your effort and get upset over someone because they were able to do something a little bit more effectively, or be able to come across an opportunity that, you know, you wouldn't have? Maybe they know someone that they wanted to pay a certain price for that bike, so they bought it for a lower price off of you and then sold it for a higher price. They made that opportunity. They created that. So when it comes down to trading, I know it's very intangible because all we're looking at are charts and numbers. Your sole focus should be my understanding of what's a good deal, what to sell it for, and just focus on that. Become like a robot, right? Focus on your entries, focus on your exits, and focus on controlling your losses and managing your risk. Other than that, everything else is irrelevant. There's been times where I sold, I don't know if you guys remember, my McLaren MP4 12C. It's before Learn Plan Profit, and it's really when I started getting into like reselling a little bit more higher end cars. I sold that car for $115,000, if I'm not mistaken, 115 or 120, to a dealership in Texas. That dealership in Texas, I think, posted it for $125 to $130, and they get to finance that car to whoever buys it and then makes interest off of that. That's amazing for them because, again, that's value and that's an opportunity that they can provide to their demographic and their audience that I wouldn't have. And am I going to be a salty and a petty person that's going to, like, you know, what the heck, you bought it off of me and you're going to, you know, profit more than what you bought it off of me? No, that's not fair, right? No, it's like, that is fair. You can only take advantage of opportunities that you are aware of, and you can only control the series of variables. So what I didn't even want to say, I don't know if you saw my message this morning, I watched my wording very carefully. When I said that I locked in profits and natural gas sold off like 1 or 2 minutes after I sold, $3. I mean, DGS pushed up another $3 1 or 2 minutes after I sold. I never said that I missed out on $3 or, you know, whatever that correlates on over to, like $2,500 profit, because that was never mine. I again was unaware that that was going to happen. It wasn't even like in my head. It wasn't even like I would have left that for chance. And again, when it comes down to the numbers and when it comes down to on a consistent factor, am I really going to leave my trading to a chance? It just doesn't make sense. So yeah. So not to mention the Nissan dealership had to pay, actually Colby, I don't know, they actually called me. So they're super cool over there. It's Nissan of Chandler. I actually think they sold a car for like $65,000. They had it posted for like 70, 75 or something like that. And then they called me. I don't know if you guys remember, but I was in my car rally going from Southern California to Northern California, and the general manager called me and he was like, hey man, I wanted to ask like if there's like any extended warranty or like another key or something like that. And I was like, oh no. He's like, oh, we have a buyer for it. And he told me the whole story, amazing story of the person that's trying to buy it for his kids, that his kids wanted his dad to have like a better car or something like that. Something, yeah, it was, I don't need to get into it, but it was a really amazing story. But they were actually buying it for like 60,000 or 64, 65. So they might, you know, with all the repairs and everything, they're probably taking a little bit of loss. But after financing and after the interest they make, I think they'll be off, right? So Ducati guy was the one that disliked that video. Oh, Joe, that guy was like, I went with my buddy Tanner Fox, right? So Tanner has like 9 million subscribers. He's super well known. So when I went to go buy the bike, they're like, oh, what do you guys do? And again, he then became aware of my YouTube channel, and my YouTube channel was pretty small at the time, and became aware of him. And as I posted it on like OfferUp and Craigslist, this guy had the audacity to like message me on OfferUp off of my post and be like, hey, I just wanted to let you know that the bike is not worth I think I was asking $8,000. He's like a bunch of like super just passive aggressive stuff that I was just like, wow, like you must have nothing better to do. But yeah, again, like, do you take a nap daily? I mean, from time to time, but yeah, if I can, of course, I'll try to fit one in. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that general principle. So again, since there's not a lot of activity happening right now, I think that's a very important concept to know, that if you were a robot, right? People continue to talk about like AI technology when it comes down to like, algorithmic trading for the stock market. But just imagine that those are just a series of formulas, a series of algorithms that trade based off of like whatever algorithm they generated for a risk slash reward, and series of different indicators aligning together to make up a certain entry and an exit. Just imagine if every time that you took a position, you were like that. You just focused on getting in for a good deal. You get in, you average up, right? Sell, or if it doesn't go according to plan, you lock in profits at any indication of resistance. Or if it goes completely not like planned and you have to cut losses, then guess what? You do it. And you do it without even second guessing yourself. Even if it shoots up another $2 right after you cut losses, again, it doesn't matter, because you wanted to control the series of variables that were available to you. You didn't know that it was going to shoot right back up, or you didn't know that it was going to shoot right back down. So again, like being a little bit more, just trying to refine yourself in a little bit more of a way to not be emotional. So again, a little bit more like robotic when it comes down to your trading. There will always be haters. I wouldn't even consider, if you're still talking about the Ducati guy, I wouldn't even talk about that guy being like a hater. He was just like upset that I found someone that could buy it for more, right? Another thing, I don't know if you guys saw, but for what was it? For Q1, Zillow lost like hundreds of millions of dollars, or tens of millions, or hundreds of millions of dollars off of properties that they bought. Remember when I had so you guys know the first house I ever bought, and then I bought my neighbor's house, right? That house that my neighbor's house, remember that I sold it. I sold it for like over $100,000 more than what I bought it for. Zillow bought it off of me, and they came in, they bought it off of me, wrote me a check. They had an inspector check out the house, listed all the repairs, then they readjusted their purchase price, and I sold it for like $339,000 or $336,000, and they ended up selling the house almost a year later, after all the repairs and everything. So they probably put about $10,000 to maybe $15,000 worth of work into the house. They ended up selling the house $10,000 less than what they bought it off of me for. And that was just one of those like thousands of houses that they ended up losing money on. It was absolutely crazy. It was pretty cool, but it was it was pretty cool to see that on their side, well, they messed up, but it was cool to see how they had this system where I guess their formulas or algorithms were a little off, but yeah. I didn't know Zillow buys houses. Yeah. I think they might have stopped that program, and now they're slowing it down definitely after their report. Oh, yes. Announcing the free winner today. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. So Justin is the one that manages the giveaways and stuff like that. So yeah, we're going to be announcing the Learn Plan Profit winner for the course. So if you guys like that and then shared it and stuff like that, so we'll be selecting, I'll probably talk to Justin. We'll probably have like a little meeting around like 9 to 10, and then we'll announce the winner there. Ricky beats huge company in housing market. Yeah, no. And again, that was just luck. When it came down to selling the house, I was really confused of like, wow, Zillow's buying it off of me, right? Like psychologically, like for me, it was just like Zillow, a company, a business that's huge, right? Multi-billion-dollar company is buying this house off of me with the intention to make more money off of it. So maybe I'm letting it go for a steal. That was kind of like in the back of my head. But I was like, no, like this is what it's worth. Like I got comps around the area. I spoke to like the different agents that I've worked with. Like, no, that's a pretty like solid price point. And I was like, I probably could have gotten like maybe $5,000 more. So around like 3, 4, 5, so $345,000 would have been like what a house like down the street sold for. But again, like this was super easy. They just had to inspect it and then wrote me a check. And I just went for it. And it looks like it played out. Yeah, no emotions. Got out when it made sense and got in when it made sense. So we'll leave it at that. They didn't know you were who you were. No, not that at all. Again, they were trying to buy houses for a good deal, but maybe one of them messed up. So yeah, people can that have a little bit more money can definitely be a little bit more aggressive with their investments, and but I don't know anything about them or anything like that. So I've made a video about like time management already, Patrick. It's so different. It's if I make a video about time management, it's gonna be about my schedule or like and stuff like that. So like I just don't see how that would be of like that's a very like if I do make one, and I probably will in the future, trust me, it's me being completely honest, it would be more for like for you to cherry pick certain things that I do, and off that video what I would focus on is what do you need to get done throughout the day, and just dedicate time to structure and stick to that. It's as simple as that. There's no special formula or anything like that. I'm not sugarcoating anything. It's list all the things that you want to get done, and then list all the things that you would like to include in your day to get done, and then slowly begin to implement the ones less important into your schedule, right? And make sure that you stick to it. If you have something to do and your friends want to hang out or something like that, then again, guess what? You have two options. You can stick to your schedule, you can break it, and then go with your friends. You might be a little behind, but again, that's the decision that you decided to make. So everyone has different schedules, everyone has different lifestyles. The thing that I would focus on is your discipline and how you structure it. That's what's most important. I am new today. Could you talk a little about the signals now? What signals? I don't have any signals. So I don't know if that was the proper term or what you meant by signals. You're looking at the price action. It's not about that. I'm looking at this to begin to make higher highs. So do you see how we talked about 3 stages of a reversal? We talked about rejection. We talked about consolidation. So that's kind of where it's at right now. Do you see you guys or D guys making higher highs in the past 30 minutes? No, it's been consolidating this entire time. So what can we do? Well, because it's consolidating, it has to identify its direction. You can try to trade this consolidation, but there's a risk of you either selling off or confirming it. So there's a chance there. But one thing that you can do to be a little bit more maybe conservative and a little bit more realistic is be patient. Wait for it to either make higher highs and break above the middle VWAP for overall, actually begin to indicate signs of an uptrend, or for this thing to begin to sell off and then kind of go from there. And if this thing begins to sell off and begins to make lower lows, then again, that means D-Gas is pushing up. So what would influence me to want to add more to my position size on U-Gas? Once the direction is clear that U-Gas is pushing up. That's it. Other than that, I don't care about the indicators. Those are just a series of indicators I can use to have a better understanding of what's going on. But ultimately, I know what's going on. It's consolidating, and it needs to identify its direction. So I'm just going to give it time. Of course, I appreciate the question. That was a pretty good question, especially for someone that just got started. So it's definitely better than, hey, what should I trade? Discipline and structure and consistency, right? Approach and everything. Yep. Yeah. Ricky, have you tried growing a beard? Yeah, I've been trying for about 24 years. What do you guys think? No shave November, right? No, I'm Mexican, right? So like if I let it grow, it grows. It doesn't. First of all, I can't grow a beard. Let's be completely honest. I get like little like patches. Why am I even talking about this during the live stream? No, I can't grow one, and it comes very inconsistent. It just looks dirty. It looks like dirt, honestly. So, yeah. Some people are tall. Some people have beards. Some people have both, right? I'm tall. Yeah, I'm done. You guys are all laughing at me. Okay, well now because you guys are laughing, I'm going to head out. So, all right, guys, thank you guys again so much for your time. Hope you guys have an absolutely amazing rest of your day. I want to give a huge shout out to Michael. How many of you guys checked out yesterday's video? If you guys And trust me, like I want to get your guys' input on this video, and I know I always ask you like, oh, check out the video and stuff like that. No, like seriously, if you have time, like seriously check it out. I think this video is both informative and actually very like entertaining, and I wanted to see if you liked these. It wasn't like, it was about 3 to 4 minutes of stock breakdowns, and then the rest was kind of more just entertainment, and like the cars, kind of like me visiting the new property, me visiting and a meeting with like someone that's going to help us out with the apparel. So this one, the first episode 6, was very like day trading focused, 20 minutes of information, and then 3 minutes of kind of like cinematics. This was 4 minutes of, you know, content, and then the rest was just really edits. So feel free to check that out if you haven't already. I think it was one of the best videos that we've made so far. And then on top of that, again, if you guys haven't done so already, on our Facebook page, not our Facebook group, but our page, Facebook page for Tech Buds. Whoa. Where's that? Right here. On our Facebook page, we're running a giveaway, and this is even for those that are part of Learn Plan Profit if you guys haven't checked it out already. So this is what they were talking about. We're announcing the winner today, and it tells you what it is that you need to do. I think all you need to do is share this post, tag someone, and that really just it. So if you do end up winning the giveaway and you haven't won any of our previous giveaways, we'll refund you the course 100%. So yeah. Appreciate that. Thank you. So today, I want to give a huge shout out to Michael. So Michael did an amazing job with that video, but he uploaded it too late. And the reason that I'm calling him out, Michael's our content guy, so he's our filmer and editor. And he was here at the house, and he took all of our SD cards. So as I tried to film this morning, because again, there's just so many things that did not go according to plan this morning, I have no camera. I mean, I have the camera, but I have no SD card. We have like 7 SD cards at our house. There's not one here. So thank you, Michael. Appreciate it. But yeah, thank you guys again so much for your time. Hope you guys have an absolute amazing rest of your day. Continue working hard, continue following dreams, let your passion be what drives your success. Be selective, be patient, wait for that confirmation, and at any indication of a resistance, again, it's you that will determine if you walk away for a profit or if you bag hold and end up going from green to red. So really do appreciate you guys' time. Hope we earned your thumbs up in this video. If you guys have any questions, feel free to direct message me. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green out. Take it easy, team.